over the weekend, last weekend, number but I'm not paid there. My name is Constituency Chairman Kasai, CBB Aboko.
Now, Aquine.
What you say when him say, if we are in Kokrokoo Church in the and Yamia Dom, on be a fair school to be
okay.
It's not the best, but I think say no there more trouble, quite okay. Problem there, I come quite side no, I come Quantakese, painting Pampetia. Hona meeting Hujuma. I'm hopeful say we'll do something about it before election.
Okay. Now, first go to the into
your only day. There are some parts be, but as I said, the next first no, and then now it's way better. It's a little more quota also. Okay. Who patches kaka, but the one from a hinkro to Chechwari in the senior and that bad. So
okay, Marty. Any your chef you are very for why?
Someone that's a part. You said do one else with him.
Okay. I think my brother.
Yeah.
Now what is saying? I think maybe my moon change it or my economy mamma. Bafo say okay answer na oba. Okay so the be yo.
Fear for it.
Bafo ni koju. Omuka so mbe o sa.
Musheda.
Yeah. Minim pa.
Isaac so abekam hin na emengo. They account is how.
Isaac there. So am indoctrinating no.
If you had they easily corrupt.
Oh, Charlie. There's a my idea, pal.
Oh, why idea? Oh no, why idea? You studio grounds.
Yes. Says spirit no. Isaac Mengaza for two no can home, man one pay.
Oh, okay.
They still can do it better. Okay. Maybe I think maybe. Oh. I don't know. What's the corner fence? Akom
Quantakese. Na yokubu he fani PPP. Painting Pampetia Patase. Painting Pampetia Patase. PPP. Into free akomwa now come Quantakese.
Okay.
Now call Pampetia.
Okay.
Then painting Patase.
Okay.
And then it will for house be see Isasi.
Okay, I see. I see.
Nkruno rhyme.
Mrs. Tabak was in a papa room near Comho.
Oh, okay. Good.
Na atade e shemi on na de be che me.
Ah, fantastic. Fantastic. On a President Kufo. And so papa.
Efri.
Isasi that enclave, yes. In fact, next sister, last morning, papa last.
Isasi de na okay.
But if there be free Kodia.
Okay.
The next stop is Danasi.
Okay.
The constituency needs to free Danasi.
Okay. Matthias here.
That's right.
Your friend Jacqueline or Ketcher Fabrics. Or some can just say Ubehu delivery guy of parliament. But Oba also because or honorable Rasta. It or pass on ho. Why?
Mate.
As
a shoes muya partial. Hey. You
I think
in
nyabotre
observation
me se me banyabotre wo de wo ne kabila me na me de mo beko Ketcher Fabrics
Martin
me de mo beko unti da what time no ka kire me anya sanso awudu ka okudi a ho ahun Zenith Bank no wo de opa gina Zenith Bank on ka kire obi ase wo hwe Ketcher Fabrics e wo ho a
okay
wo kwa so wo hwe Jacqueline ka kire se me na me se
Mimra.
I know. Udu habo midin you are sorted.
Hey, we a big man.
Oh, Charles, I mean, anyway, I think Chromas is saying.
Near the time I'm in charge of the Republic of Gamaga for you now. Na mincha na yiri ne mapuwa na emze me ba no metie we interview no. For some reason, I have a lot of friends who are Manfo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. And coincidentally, too, some of them are inside 1999 year groupie. And my member, so I think they've done really well.
Charlie, they have done really well.
My idea,
pa.
You know, na menu about all London. Your friend Gorazo.
Okay.
Gorazo is a brother. Or no so in fact a bar man for ne prempe hun somebody he's like an ambassador extraordinaire. he promotes the school in every way possible, and opportunity be obenye bia nti emi say ombeye bi London so na me gidi say omsi Sunday we na omoye near Elkos Ghana hanum na
I almost started ne no more Sunday.
Oh, okay. Nti obi bia I mean my encouragement would be to obi a amount for now if you can afford the time because it encourages other year groups to even want to do more. Me say okay and I'm say hey, I just say we also need to start celebrating the number of years year free and alma mater no. It's the only way you can be remembered. Say year group no. Ukoye bibi monumental say na whoever would come after mumu would know say oh year group see na year see na boy. It's our own way of contributing back to our secondary schools. Me dey be me say look, the best stage of education if I had a chance to repeat be my secondary school. Oh, you need the nine guys.
Feeling yes strong.
What you say? Secondary school, and you get to enjoy the feeling even more when you leave. Ultimo, I was say titi wo bre, but we now free more. Then you reminisce the kinds of things that went on. That is when you begin to miss your alma mater even the more. Until we have a responsibility, and especially so say Ghana, we want to make secondary education accessible to everybody. I bind the over and like I always say, access to education at the secondary level is in two forms: financial accessibility and then physical accessibility. Physical accessibility, no infrastructure kahun. I bind but I bind to me nyana. Nyame adom yetimi afemu ewie secondary school ena yabeye ne yabeye. I think say the least we can also do to complement government's efforts is to do some of the things omuye like teachers bangalore. Teacher be or call him say so as headmaster, so as assistant headmaster on him say oh there is a befitting place for me to stay. Now no so nye bibi sana or ye nejuma na he doesn't hold back. Until we all need to complement the efforts of government and Parents and Teachers Association.
Okay.
At the end of the day, which is universal free access to secondary education. The numbers are increasing.
Sure.
Because of the policy that has been introduced, the universal access to secondary education. But a lot more remains to be done. The infrastructure, because as the numbers increase, the requirement and the demand for infrastructure so be increase. Inti me bo among 499 group a year group no me bo mabaso. No mo homecoming need there. Whoever is an alumnus now or the chance and at the time to go. Kona ko show mo ni munyam. Na yen nyina we should be inspired by this to want to do more for our alma maters.
Okay. Me da se pa. I think any my go prono so anope ye di ho nkomo. And then this be launching the campaign ochina rather ewo Tamale.
Yeah.
Dr. Baumiazo Nemu or Kambi Ubia to ne mane. Now 3 years mo so any media review. I want the minimum say wa hodin o pa. Yeah. Minimum be apesa o sha see free no pay.
American come politics we are now any time we can discuss the media review and government's economic plan for the rest of the fiscal year. No?
Okay.
You see ECC on be mobile registration. Well. I think Omankasa who say exercise no mo ye no ebi kai. Na they are just affording Crawford the opportunity to do registration. No man to for one reason or the other no na so that by December 7th no everybody would have been obia or year eligible to vote bia would have had the opportunity to be able to go to the polls. Na obi oha we di 18 ebi nansanya no 18 obi so because of binti want me to register. It will be unfair to disenfranchise Hanipa no. Mijidi said that is the thinking that has gone into the decision of the EC. Say yenye mop-up bi senebe as Ankrofwi would also have the opportunity to participate in the upcoming election. And no kwanso no. Na matise Ora Mahama Susi Obelonchi the campaign. Ochina. Media, my view is well, it is their discretion to so do. But media, having launched your committees and a campaign team in Nasifono, and can be the madrimonio on the hand say, Ubetisim, your campaign in. But I'm not a strategist for the NDC. But Mijidi say, Omadrin home, say, well, maybe this is the way to kickstart their campaign in earnest. And he say, Omadrin who they are, that they feel this is the best strategy forward there. We wish them well. Now, my expectation is at the launch, the candidate would and I will take advantage to announce to us some policy positions via officer in the coming days he would be advocating. Me campaign see my interest is in policy by Nadiba. How are you explaining it? Oh, because time now ye chubu politics in the trim. Now it's about how people ideate and produce kind of saying policies are na at the end of the day bit me say policy with the wonfaso and I edim faso be Ghana man. These are the things that are going to inform the choices of Ghana for in the December elections. And I am excited, say whatever they have decided to do, I think I'm sure it fits into their strategy. No more. Now, having said so, like I said, I expect some policy announcements because then we would be seeing the launch of manifestos too as well. And Ebede said they will give us some snippets from the manifesto and NCB launch. Now, let us chew on those. It should not just be an occasion at the end of the day. The takeaway would be, there was jamboree, there were all kinds of colorful speeches. No, the speeches must have some content to be a Ghana folk can chew on for the rest of the week. I mean, in the coming week, and even in the coming months, so that young Kase, launch in India was all about a man for Bekasai, and that was all there was to it. There should be some, policy announcements. Now that will guide at least the discourse in the coming days. Me, that's my expectation. Now I wish them well, and me bumper to say there won't be any incident during this program. So period there. I want to be a womb, a man for etnake mu koba. A bumper to say, sa program, young cotton as a money beer a witchery. We pray that they all go there in peace and safely, and mu call back to wherever they came from. So I'm could dress from Jim. And Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and all other candidates or mu campaign or mu tinake mu lore coin. A bumper say. Omunyina would do their activities in peace and in safety. Na yankopon ombo bia or campaign hoban. Because my understanding of politics is just seeking an opportunity to serve. And the campaigns are just a means to an end. And the yenina I said in Pivota or Michi say nyomu yenina at the end of the day nobody gets hurt and nobody gets involved in an accident. And the near Miwaka Efa and but the final issue on this politics and sana AB after Minya Kasa ba media review so any this call and campaign of debates share say debates are good, but in truth and in all conscience it's more like an elite practice. Debate are unti brofu ya kura enim faso bi amma. Debate are you are supposed to speak within a specified period of time. Na time it doesn't allow you to explain all the policies and all the details in a policy. And really and truly for me the practice of having debate has limited utility, if you ask me, to the formation of opinions on candidates. Sana mimi hono. Esanze, ebi nipa no won policy. Ubi san, what is your view on say borrowing? Should there be a ceiling on borrowing in Asifo? Ebi nipa no has a plan. Because one, you cannot say, okay, I agree, said there should be a ceiling on borrowing, and this should be the ceiling. You need to also show, okay, the ceiling in the bar. These are the revenue measures I'm going to bring to ensure that the deficit in revenue now, I mean in receipts now because we are putting a ceiling on borrowing. No, this is how I'm going to make up for sad deficit. Through these revenue measures. Sir, 1 minute, 2 minutes will not allow you the chance to make those points until you end up saying, okay, there will be a ceiling. Now I can trust her now. But as to what you would do beyond that ceiling, until media, like I said, it's an elite exercise which is fun to watch sometimes, and it also shows Nyama Mimi who said debate. Actually, say, oh, your leader is confident. Well, can deal with tension and as if for. But beyond that, I really don't see so much utility in the conduct of debates.
Okay.
Until this craze for this clamor for debate can be as you know, I really want to find out what really is the motivation. What has here? Now, so I keep saying this, and I will repeat it again. Sometimes in these things, you need to be careful what you wish for. That is the watchword. What you wish for, and our phrase. What you wish for is sometimes something you need to be mindful of. As I say, Biden was calling for a debate, and that is what has ended his career. What has here? Debate. I want to debate Trump. I want to debate. And we in the career. What has here? Sometimes, and look, I really would expect people to think hard and fast about this. Especially, you can say, Nkrofua Omo candidate Baumia Ehuno. They keep demanding, say debate, no. Look, you may think of the strengths of your candidate, and you probably would have thought about the weaknesses and the alleged or supposed weaknesses of your opponent. But Kanhune say Onuso is thinking the same way. And you don't know whose weaknesses are stronger. Who they only but you don't know about the other. And I keep making this point. This economy is not on the best of footings. Nyoma bebre wo ho nti
chese isika sem no enyina yie sa.
Enjina yie. Oh, nti this yan debate no. Everything ya hadwene. And why? This is not the first time a candidate is saying a debate. No. ABS pain. In fact, Mikaipa in 2016, some of the debates, the two candidates decided to say in 2020, Nanado or your debate. So on your debate.
There be Menkai.
What has here? And as for the decision to do a debate there, it's a matter of personal choice. So would you say if they throw the challenge, I will say, okay, and you're mayor. I think we should not belabor it. Let's keep focusing on the policies. Mufi say your candidate is going to present ever better the lot of the Ghanaian people. I know that for me, here, but to keep insisting there has to be debate now. The minority is saying debate now. Quite say, oh, I don't. This ding dong is needless. Present your policies. Let's just oppose policy by policy. Okay, policy way anyway. What are the differences? What are the similarities? Which one do we think is superior? In contrast and in the context of making Ghana better. What you must hear. But debate. It is neither here nor there. Because Musimu here debate now. Other candidates no. So or they are running to be presidents. Me boy. Yeah, the umbeka one.
No be some about one we assume.
Oze.
No be some about one we assume.
What you say? Almost one because you have every right to demand that. Say yes, you are candidates. Check the baby. Ura Lanchamantin baby. Ura Bernard Mona baby. What you say?
Bernard Ojama, no.
Or call for PNC flag bearer.
Oh, okay. All right.
What you say? And these are questions I say, Bisa. Because when you think, sir, the debate is just about two people, I think, sir, in Ghana, where you can say, sir, oh, let's limit the debate to just two individuals. The others would demand, say, hence we can be.
Okay, rightly so.
Now, near me, Bisani say, debate now, and then what? And then what? If you have issues you think you want to confront your opponent with, there are multiple opportunities you can do that. Well, if you feel that the record doesn't match up to yours, there are several fora you can take advantage of. Now, what share what dream? If every sector. Oh, about health. Near me, near me, say, me ba media come like you can say, me the back on Amana ye. Na me opponent ni dear, onya to me no, ni oye ye near Ossi obey ye. Now, you see, that is where the conversation should be. America debates are military. When I listen to them, they confront each other and one another on what policy you are bringing. And if you have a record, they attack the record and so on. But Ahanum no, they've not even outdoored. What say America say they don't intentionally launch a manifesto.
Okay.
They serialize their policies. Like Kokrokoo, I can say state be to campaign now or the bakwa to her or call her. That is what I'm saying. This is what I want to see now. Uko now the policy at to her. Uko now their. Until once people present their policies, no, the candidates can then begin to shred one another's you can say policy and our policies. But the full complement of the policies you have in the various areas. Dr. Bawumia present when he was doing his inaugural, was it during the acceptance and it was inaugural delivery, whatever
it is.
Or the issues be better. He had issues on tax reforms, which for me were very important. He had issues on technology and the rest of that. Until, like I said, until I'm seeing my expectation is our campaign launching should be an opportunity to present some of Dr. Ora Mohammed's policies, so that conversation now. Betchmaka say, okay, near Ora Muhammad Kai, this is what Ora Bawumia Kai. Now, when I'm doing the analysis, it's on a fair footing. Now it's here for Mutie, who can then make some informed decisions based on Nyomana. The two of them have said, but you go and do a debate. Unti brofwa masa tumoda etore bi kra no muti brof no kra enti nyuma bi kra se because some of them tend to be technical,
very very
what has here. But at the end of the day, near wutie no, what is the you can say the benefit to the audience. Say ombetie and make informed choices. Na mitie na mintia se kra na me den informed. How then do I make an informed choice based on the debate?
Yeah.
And Abia as Obia, who is a policy person, I expect to listen to more. Time no, so the rules of the debate won't allow them to be able to explain all the details. But if the person goes somewhere not presenting a policy, no, nipa no what time to show all the details. Namitia, I can make some meaningful deductions from Nyawakano and I can understand the policy even better. Until me, this hula baloo and ding dong about DBT and DBT in there, really and truly, really has no, you can say, if you ask me, who here is unnecessary.
Honorable Rasta.
Yeah, can now.
Papa.
Me fa kwenye na mencha me ni abema. Take you na che.
No, we should know what.
Yeah, papa. And that's on
the baby on the baby oh when I decided so my home.
Sanity.
And then be birthday.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, also call Prempe. I think it coincides with the birthday.
In fact, the year group number
thank you.
The year group no.
The man wherever he is, your national organizer.
Just a minute, Honorable. This one says, please kindly wish my dad, Mr. Johnson Michael Kwekunum, aka Mr. Num, a glorious 91st birthday. Ejenum owo Kintampo Oba Opoku Jam Castro or say Yamau Awodapa, Mr. Johnson Michael Kwekunum, when you feared your cron bako ene unyamin shirao pa Yamin shirao Ejenum Oba Opoku Jam Castro say Oda was say on nuanum yina de wayamo mina or many eso. No wasem no. Okay. Kabila sent one for Atik. Or they send we are not Honorable Rasta. So debates are good for exposition and exposure of ideas or thoughts in brief. As empathia, it's not said for nothing. It also gives the people or the populace to publicly assess the sincerity or otherwise of those who aspire to the highest office of the land. Those who sincerely desire the truth will not be reluctant to lay open their positions for investigation and criticism, and would not be annoyed if their opponents and ideas are crossed. Okay, that is LNG White.
But now, BC.
Okay.
Are there a way to measure sincerity or truthfulness of candidates? Are they?
Now, and the graphic, I think it's a woman. Front page. And my boss, Herbert Krapper, it's Africa's largest rooftop solar project commissioned in Tema. With your permission, me read it kakra. I'll say Africa's single largest rooftop solar plant that produces 16.8 megawatts of electricity has been commissioned at the Tema Free Zones Enclave. The $17 million project financed by the International Finance Corporation of the IMF Group covers the area of 1 million square meters. Mounted on the roof of Mega Warehouse, it is owned by Helios Solar Energy, a subsidiary of LMI Holdings. The construction and the construction, connection, and installation of the entire project were executed by Ghanaian engineers and technicians.
That is very good.
Fantastic news. Now,
a major project like
major project like this, no. Now all the engineers, contractors, or more 1 million square meters. Ghanaians, I think say, I see a boy abaso, Yankasa as Ghanaians. I think say gradually, no, we are inching closer to becoming more independent in this kind of area, and I'm very happy say, and no BBC course 1 million square meters, and we are told say Africa's largest rooftop solar projects Waterman. You know, that all the players in that industry near Domas and may boss take the opportunity to explain a buying vision on renewables. Now, last week and this week, so something significant has happened. Na Messer said, so when Mr. President a few days ago, opposite here, commission a housing unit for our security services. 320 housing units. What the way back would say the speech of the Works and Housing Minister did brings in total 1,000 housing units for our security services. And now even some of the pictures President Ankasa did on the Facebook page now share the kind of infrastructure are buying the security services meaning say I take people telling come about the welfare of our security people. Sometimes we call police station. Now she baby a police for a small room be known in the man fridge near Bonting. I think say I see a book a buying a basso. A book ministry or in charge. Meaning say na you sense so watch ho ansana. Could you pon kroma take you over. All the players are or my yes eduma we nyankopon hye o papa president so kokumase unim so commission ahoma so anyankwanta ahema kokoben kwan no 20 kilometers aye free asantimem of titro mom wo oboase no na ofri kumase e ko oboase a na nya hom kakora nyame adom na obia ofri kumase ko oboase no ebeji atom say some significant work has been done in that area. Last week president Eco commission officially a 20-kilometer road. We no call Bechem Techimentia Akomadan road. I think 40.4 kilometers.
That's long.
40.4 kilometers. President Esako commissioned that particular project last week. Bechem now share can we within a space of just a week, President Etimi a commission road network worth close to about 60.4 kilometers of road. Me GD say I see it in Bo Abaya Basso, near Bo President ne Apamfo Nina Basso. This brings to total 12,830 kilometers. Abayan we are since 2017 yaba abemo. Me who pictures be so of UHAS. I take me sure say be on Facebook. Project university at Amels. There's a beautiful phase 1 project, phase 2 project here. This government etima complete ama omo I'm happy to say this because of the problems that Ghana one government started project. Now we're just on to us because and I'm shas here. I'm happy to say we share University of Ghana Hospital. Said the phase 2 no was started completed by Akufo-Addo no. Sana we so wakoye University of Health and Life Sciences who the president has said papa. I think the French Independence Square who say equipment big ho buying buying has procured for each district. Say egu biblia eba besta say distributing. Each district be an excavator, backhoe loader, wheel loader, grader, a compact roller, articulator truck. Each district all over Ghana will be having this equipment. The idea is say I buying in some case car bet my year asphalt baby, but at least these equipment bit me boa am a tiny baby na I am more trouble. Whilst government makes efforts to get funding to tar all those roads. No? This is also very significant. Minimum say by next month, President Besha say distribute all the district of Ghana. And you know a lot has happened within the week. And of course, electoral commission so be more. I'm all for it because when the constituency, my bet the amount of money I spent in busing people to the center. It's a registration center near Bakupena. It created a lot of problem and a lot of people so into me I'm a register. And tell me there say at least create a 3-day window. I'm a more into me and register no. At me and register. So I'm all for it. I think it's a good point. We be can say easy for to tie a brand na or more years registration or more package just one particular place and not be complaining say ye miemu nama amanfo nyame register. And I think say going forward no do also listen to us. NDC launch our campaign ochna. I'm surprised say
before NDC campaign launch, you know, Anyam Kwanta as a president commission ya na. Baby okate so.
Anyam Kwanta.
Anyam Kwanta kwan no.
Ahema kokobin.
Eno okate so.
Abaku no commission here. For 20 kilometers.
Samson Kwame nyame chari team amu kumase yada mo ase. In fact, etwa maso manager dante hon papa medam ase.
For the clarification.
Sure.
So President NDC call launch campaign war Tamale. I'm not surprised. We shared the momentum His Excellency Dr. Baumia at the the Northern region for the past 1 week to 2 weeks here. I'm not surprised NDC chose the Tamale for Omo lunch. Hits no corner of Nanoshi. It's I'm sure that they will have to go there and bring the tension down. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia with him so shall say a regional tour. All the regional capitals. We now move into constituency based campaign. I shall say free the northern region, so across Savannah, any other places. They made my kind say I wish the NDC well. Ochna or Mukwe, we are praying for safe journey for Omunina. And I think say Omu policies no enka Omun platform no so near debate. I think presidential debate in the Bebaso.
No, you debate with somebody who is participating. So we
will force him to debate.
Hey,
how will you be forced to debate that thing? Be debating. Hey, now we go election. 2 leading candidates. Moment na mon come as also the woman.
But so last 2020,
Ronaldo
refused to participate.
The interesting thing is that
Honorable Rasta in force.
The interesting thing is that normally, no, it is the opposition, no, and they are more eager. I think from history, even in Ghana, the opposition, no, is always calling for a debate. This time round, the Owa Bemua economy na problem cry man, or say I am prepared to defend my record. Wait, I don't know so.
Are Obiaka so be so.
I was so mad. And I think person supported here or more kind of thing.
No, I do. If the person is not willing, why force him?
Right, baby. I know person about
you didn't force Nanado to debate him in 2020.
They see, they're Fenukran say Nanado was then a president too. Now opposition for a friend one. This time round, the our power and say me, I am ready. I am ready to avail myself to question it. It's I don't know so.
Obianga
Oh. No man, I just
maybe it's a tactical decision.
And
Strategic.
Very, very strategic.
I think we're strategic. I say, yeah. Yes, see, you met us. Don't about me. You ram Hamasuni. You must some questions. And where's the end of one? Who prepare the vice class? I become. Some pa, your device debate become. You're a Dr. Mato Poco Pempage. Na prof, na Sujana. Na Obianca Nasm. I didn't know. I think President say I take me a penny. I think President say debate ni my who is because Nipana or person bebano or nim. I think debate helps us Ghanaians. How you can think sharp on your feet. It's important. Very, very important. Minim the India, mitie ye fellow scratch off so. Ye mahame. Some people were talking about debate. Also, Baumia has not been elected yet. Monkeys play by sizes. Now, His Excellency John Mahama will only debate a candidate who has been duly elected. Now, me don't papa electing a week. Also, are you ready, brah? They said it happened with Trump this year. Trump agreed to a debate with Biden in September. Immediately there was a change. Mahamina Bano was a video original.
Which is strategic.
No.
Debbie.
And the strategy is saying, oh, who said Biden home fan? On your debate.
You see,
afraid your mammy aba. Or say debate now open. Democrats, we are ready. Afraid suddenly
he's not ready.
He's not ready how? When you're ready how? And I'm better when you're ready saying, when you're ready saying 24-hour economy. Also a credit system, yes, sir. Mummy no match it. Be a me as about me personal credit system mean to me church mu be a now 24 hours say almost say akwa bi buy or say lions ne be a na nipa ko to me church mu it one kasa wo de buy no yeah ma opportunity just come and explain the matters to us. It's as simple as that. We didn't come talk be anymore. I think it will give us an opportunity, Ghana for an opportunity to listen to the two leading candidates. It's different when you're on the political campaign stage. I think it's different. So we jina esro sana o kasa hu nipa no 20,000 go wasa no bia na want me articulate hu ye entrechen sem mu ye we dey beautiful platform, serene environment, omo mebusa questions to ofefefe no bia church ni sem mu ba ko mienu mensa na sabe atiki ken o se o economy said the aye papa na o ye head of the economic management team no crown was still on slow because we are ready to explain to you and let you know why it is as it is as at now. We are ready. It was superior record. That's our record that can say now for say whilst you were a president, what might demonstrate a certain year, you shouldn't be afraid to debate. It's a bit of a message. His Excellency. We all know say he's a good communicator. On the casa there, that has been his strength all this while. He should come and let's have a debate. Baumia is ready. Also in the baby, you are Mahama Penny Bian. Say Boleo, say you baby, you are ready. It's in any debate in there to get your comment. You're forced.
Okay. Papa, Mamin Katik way said.
You forced.
Okay. Mate. Asana Meko at. What's say about force? What the I think you to move for Momfa. Momfa. Okay. Wish Henry Nana Boache lawyer be a glorious birthday for me, but tell him he still owes me. Or Teresa. Yanabi. O de Teresa so kaka ho. Ene akwa ho kadoso.
Teresa.
Tell Atik that debates are very important in current politics. If it wasn't necessary, countries who practiced democracy for over 100 years wouldn't worry themselves with it. Former President John Dramani Mahama should avail himself if he thinks that he is obviously the next choice for Ghanaians. Or say, tell Honorable Rasta that he and I have unfinished business. We fawas amasamai. Rasta. No better in the Musa Abatwa in Kumasi. says, okay, Musa Tobo. Nana Alkesi the Cardinal. Atiq Mohammed raises a very valid point about the need for clear and distinct policies from all candidates heading into the 2024 elections. We've seen detailed plans from former President Mahama, Alan Martin, and Sheda, each outlining their visions for economic recovery and development. It's crucial for Dr. Bawumia to also present his policy agenda to ensure voters can make informed decisions based on comprehensive comparisons. Clear policies not only showcase a candidate's preparedness, but also their commitment to addressing the country's pressing issues. Musa Abatua in Kumasi Enode Ebaye. Musa, some of the policy documents no be ampacho send bi ma me why na me so me mfa hwa de kakra me mfa hwa me how far ebeboa me so pa. Olanya Inakweti says, I totally disagree with Atiq Mohammed big time. Even in America, where democracy is matured, they organize debate for only two major political parties between Republicans and Democrats. You were called incompetent when you were president, and you complained that they didn't have that right to call you that name. They hadn't been in office before, and so did not qualify to talk about presidency. But now Dr. Bawumia as VIP and just a step away from the presidency is calling you for a debate, and you don't want to do it. Really, the alternative is scary. Okay. This one says, clearly, after the debate, only if it happens, the NDC will not have any propaganda on the economy again. Kwesi Reynolds, Ewo Agona Odobin, and also Eddie Ebaye. Tell Honorable Rasta that he should forget forcing Mahama to a debate and use that time to inform the people about what they have done so far. Now, they have really worked, even though the economy is in dire need. Mame Abba downfall. And also Nidia or the Ebaye Enye. So, why did Nanado not debate President Mahama in 2020? That should be a question for Honorable Rasta Jackie and or do we say Ebaye. Honorable Rasta, who says also debate no the over for some Ubiaya Adenwama President Wanjibi 2020. In the meantime, this one is to wish Madam Georgina Siedu of Lords and Dams University in Tabora a glorious birthday. You are popularly called Auntie Gina. You turn 60 today. Auntie Gina, happy birthday as you turn 60 today. Honorable Boy Lai also so mema watching na moni adwuma enso so nyame enka ho na bibia enye boko ema beko Atiq susisi anafe ya start round 2 no na chese ye pomba no but mentimi nka Atiq asem wo hawa bra sampan emfa bi matum. Cardinal, I thought JM has been touted as an extraordinary communicator, so why is he running away from a debate? We want the best from all of them. Debate no dear upu umpu ebebaso sampan who is not pining the KMA but talking about debate. Nana Okese, there is only one problem with MPP communicators. Ano Quadro. They have done really well, but they can't talk about it. Mamiaba. Okay. In this world, we have something like your truth, my truth, and the real truth. So, former President Mahama must avail himself for the debate so that we know the real truth. I rest my case. Mame Ajwa, and what do we say about ex-President Mahama is running away from the debate because he cannot explain the 24-hour economy. Master Planner Junior Kenta Mpo ono so ne de eno na anye bia. Okay, Miss Ejioma, good morning. Long time no hear, no see. Miss Ejioma of St. James Catholic Church. Yale, I actually Father Kujo Mami why? Catching some my friend rough only Father Solomon. Chom Mami why? My greetings to Father Solomon and Father Kujo and all parishioners at St. James in Osu. Adi.
No.
Pacho, Madru round 2 and the Bidru has the who said me pon baron be timisi.
Okay.
Okay. He do have the be timisi. Aye.
Okay. It has it. Nearly kind my member minu opinion Dr. Mohammed Amin do not have friend Anta Abasu. I mean he's walked into the shoes of the finance minister very, very well. We can na yembi ye ka say ora keno for yata wa bo ministry hot trukano e so contem. And like we said, Oba as a fresh face with new ideas, yeah, it buys you some goodwill. And Sebi, you say Benokramo is saying, so unread your nicha na nkwan krache na asai.
O pesa say ensuo che to mo yi hwa.
Bibisa. Nti oche honum no ono fitiase no na onhyeda mmo number yi. We thought we could manage him. And no betchere say masa manager mo manage media me say no brutal na me come baby. And when we discovered say nkoyi we all cried to Mampenzi on and away
Chese enkoyi nana.
Yeah, enkoyi na. We was have video Mami Bonabasu he's held the fort since he assumed the office. Why are there? And I'm impressed. Look, anytime I see an economist doing well in a particular position, I get impressed. Okay. Because as an accountant, as an economist. What am I saying?
Me guys say oba from na me one of these social media posts from somebody I mean me almost say Ofuriata Crow no year finance person who so not energy expert.
No, he's an economist too.
No, but people don't know that side of him. No,
he's an economist. He's only focused on aging economics, like in his PhD.
You know, but people don't know that side of him.
Economics, yeah, what branches, baby? Natural resource economics, energy economics, macro. Obiani here.
If I Gambaga economics,
what I say? Obiani, what interests him or her? And the fact that he decided to focus on energy economics in terms of economist, Debbie. Now, having said so, Maminka said, I mean, usually, sir, media review, as the name suggests, it gives us an opportunity to do a review of how the fiscal year ended. You presented budget in November, and we don't have the benefit of data for the last quarter of the fiscal year. Until reviewing okay, this is how we fared getting to the end of the year. Now, Afi, yetimi actually some of the fiscal and financial developments in the first 2 quarters of the year. Now, whether some of the macroeconomic targets you are revising and as we are maintaining, and how some of them have fared and as before. And if there is a need, say about the supplementary budget, beba or not the aba. And thankfully, my issue has always been say Ghana have a problem case here. Any elections that destroy the gains we've made in managing our economy, so that the elections now we go back to square one. Your friend no political business cycle. On say a business cycle is such that you have fluctuations and then trends. And the fluctuations around the trend are your friend cycles, and nuna with the bad politics and economics more, you have situations dear, so you be on a good trajectory. Do elections now fi nyoma ATSM, so you begin to have some terrible outcomes in some of your indicators in the election year. We are. So if, for example, into your cycles so you would realize that even in economic growth, and now when it comes to GDP, there are times your economic growth, some would say it's prosperity. It may bad down when your economy can decline and then go up. So up and down on a friend cycle around a common trend is what they call the cycles. And in the same manner, every elections yet me na economy need tumpon. Every elections now starting back from. Now starting back from. Nti sana that kind of fluctuations so ntina yes a friend political business cycle, because it's a business cycle, all right, but some of the fluctuations tend to happen mostly during the election year. Now enya dia ebua enkankan you can say developing countries. Until the conversation is a young Shana boy and humodin. If your economy is on an upward trajectory, men sign up because you are in an election year. Try to maintain upward trend,
For that discipline.
Discipline, And one of it is to ensure that you don't do irrational expenditures in an election year. The temptation is a drew honum now, one year, upevos inti. Udru anesi yesi maya. Now you are just promising and you are spending without recourse to what that would do to your economy. And one of the things to ensure that you don't have overruns, any to cut down on expenditure and not to have irrational expenditures. And the only way I would have had, overruns would have been if the minister decided, introduce some supplementary budget. But also we are keeping to the promise of not falling victim to cycle until yem fast supplementary budget account. Until for me on that score, a idea bomb. Now, secondly, so we'll share some of the developments, fiscal developments in by the end of the year 2023. Some did well, some did not, but that is expected. A program now, it yielded some gains. We are still trying to do a lot more until it is understandable. But we share debt developments now. Still a hard journey. We share by the end of the fiscal year, by the end of 2023, our central bank debt, our central government debt, total central debt, central government debt, and now you can easily just see public debt. Now is 608.4 billion Ghana cedis. Wow. Now between that time and as of June of this year, Asag Manhoso got 742 billion, which means there has been a significant increase of almost, in fact, of over 136 billion. Now, baby, a way is all because of Kanu. Kanadi and Bedru, baby, ya Bedri. But it appears we are not slowing down anytime soon. And Kenya, I'm a French Ukraine, and Bia would have done even much more than that. But a idea, look, when we reconfigured the, I can say, some of the indicators, when we reconfigured our economy, like when we change the reference year and rebase the economy, you would realize that debt to GDP, is so tier. But see, as we are still going back to the troubled waters Nibium, because as at now it stands at 70.6% of GDP, and a hard journey. A hard journey. Now, media, I don't know what we need to do collectively, but some of the things I bet me here, and it's we need to begin to increase in a meaningful way. We can't increase your revenue now. I'm not just talking about politicians can't say increase revenue. No, in a meaningful way, in a practical way. Yamfa and Shishebin Tuakwemu. And I'm happy, sir, Cecilia, with the kind of digital addressing system now, and sad tin numbering now, Cecilia has become a requirement to do some business, and most importantly, Ghana Cardi. It should help us, or it should be able to help us increase our revenues. A lot of us don't pay taxes, and it is because it is not easy to trace Ghana for. Until avoid the tax or evade the tax now is difficult. But with some of these arrangements, it should form the springboard for us to be able to increase our revenue collection. And the idea, it is one of the surest ways to help us reduce the extent to which our year borrow. We share inflation as at the end of the year 2023, the data HSI stood at 23.2%. Now, by June, it only inched a little to 22.8%. Make headline inflation. it means even though but that is not to discount the fact by the end of the year, now you're tier free from 56%. I mean, that's some good development. But between 2023 December and June, the decline in inflation has been very sluggish. It's been extremely sluggish, which also says still nuoma boɔ ɛwɔ soro. And in fact, one of the reasons aboa inflation is the tight fiscal policy, tight monetary policy, Bank of Ghana for Ediaba, which means that they are reducing the amount of money supplied into the economy. And they have also increased, the policy rate. So it stands around 29%. And idea, I am not faulting the monetary authority for, tightening their stance on money supply. But enukra na abuaye, and even so nukra, the decline is slightly sluggish, which means even though no more swati, but more like infinitesimal, is not very significant, which means no more edaso ewosoro. Until share some of the underlying causes, obibeka say pass-through effect of exchange rate ekahobi. Until yenimsana, what are we supposed to do? What are we doing to ensure your exchange rate in some semi yetimi deal with it again? And it comes back to this conversation that we have always had, changing the nature of our economy. Look, Ewumusa industry did fairly well, 6.8%. Osha the real sector now, industry did well. It ended, its contribution to GDP was around 6.8%. But that is not where we should be. A country that seeks to transform its economy, and industry so industry includes mining and quarrying, it includes oil and gas, it includes construction, it includes manufacturing. The subsector now ebetimi aboayen, because that is exercise can p dollars ni p edikwamanoni is the manufacturing subsector. So if industry grows by 6.8%, when you look at the breakdown of the components of the industry now, the subsectors that probably contributed to the 6.8% growth, maybe manufacturing count, but that is where the focus should be. I say to me, look, deliberately there should be a way to promote cottage industrialization in this country. The idea of one district, one value was not a bad one, but in my view, it was poorly implemented because we allowed politics to take control. Government was under pressure to do something until opposition. So instead of government taking its time to prop up cottage industries across the country, what we did is say factory kitu ebi wo ha na nipanzio ye na ban be yedwuma na ban disikam, and we are yet to see the output of a lot of these factories or you can say companies. But ban etu no bu Eka said, look, my focus is to industrialize through cottage industrialization. I'm going to zone the entire country into economic zones or growth poles. And based on the comparative advantage of each zone, maybe one set up factories around areas now more comparative advantage. For example, Uko Bebia, where they produce rubber. You set up a factory or help a lot of people to set up factories in the production of Ghana-made ties. You go elsewhere, glass gradient idea. Say it comes from, how do you call it? There's this mineral,
the mefana.
Yes. No, and yet, no, not the body myth. There's this particular mineral that you can use in the production of glass and so forth.
Okay.
Where you go, who come baby now say, look, there are deposits of these things there. Now, somebody expresses interest. Say, look, so you see, the good thing is then you do a registry and a register, of Newmana, each economic zone. These are the things that are found in this area. Until one person set up factory, you go to the Ministry of Trade and our Ghana Investment Promotion Center and our Ghana Export Promotion Authority, wherever. deposit some information was say when you go to the Gambaga economic zone, you will share butter wo. So if you want set up your share nuts, you can set up a share processing factory. You can obisubetimia, and once they know say there is share butter to be produced, no obisubetimia be young factory cosmetics still within the same enclave. And there are adjoining zones are almost they have similar comparative advantages. Until wetimia can say, look, zone we can contain and I bet 2 factories are on produce share butter. Then what if say you can add value to the share butter, no bra come and set up in this area. Yensu yebeboa. It will take time. Okay. But we shall see. That is where eventually we are going to go. Right. But once the politics into you are under pressure to produce. Says apart from a comfy juice and our factory friends, comfy juice.
No, comfy juice.
Which other factory produces and you can find the products
on the shelf
in the market? Minyan TB. Meanwhile, yedisike urem. In terms of the implementation of the one district one factory, a brilliant idea. Consistent with cottage industrialization and import substitution, but the way I implementing, we allow the pressures of politics to take control, and until we need to genuinely and meaningfully proffer ideas on how to give meaning and effect to cottage industrialization. Until about policies, munami enye jambori enye fanfesi miba. Our problem is we want to transform the economy through manufacturing. Until you have transforming economy through manufacturing, what are the things we're supposed to do? And Minister so SRK about some amount of money they are seeking to invest in SMEs. It's a significant amount of money. And I was impressed by the mention of that. But Senabea, it has not become another tragic story like we have seen with and to
some extent Maslock.
Maslock has become any venture capital. Ghana managing. They have become opportunities for people to fleece this country. But Sasika me, if I were in a position to counsel, look, a woman say a lot of SMEs a lot of your SMEs are in the service sector.
Okay.
Look, I would have suggested me remember what near message say. You share medium enterprises are to do manufacturing and even construction, real estate for example. What is here? You sure mu next can it be like you can say half of it is meant for people who are in manufacturing, who are in real estate. I mean it's human. Because at the end of the day, or more when they start as medium producers. Na large ni be ka ho a masa na ye ko enima so oko China a lot of the companies they are medium you can say scale enterprises. They are not big and large companies and large enterprises. You starting kakra sana obi betimi akonya machine kitwe bi ani onu ni ya ne say okotwitwa bamboo no oba no dey aye toothpick or a medium enterprise but he's producing Ghana bamboo, I think can grow anywhere. I'm just speculating. I don't know. Pampro bet me any will be especially in forest areas. And pampro obiendria elsewhere deliberately a dria pampro. But had ye shadan dria it grows as wild trees. Ana meboa. Until ye bet me obi bet me say okay, I'm a small enterprise. Mine is to do the cultivation of pampro. Now medium enterprise now can say okay. I want to set up a small factory to be doing just toothpick using Pampro. Obi also can find uses for Pampro to produce something. That is how I yeko. Until it's a great idea, and I don't expect Sebekwa another. What you say? Yes, yeah, the BB by overrated the BB by Sike. I know be chase can cry.
A cover the time no man.
In 12 time moment announce BB. We complain about it. Akosi say, what you want some BB?
No, can crank am refi.
What I say? Say BB okay. All right. Me I didn't mean kai BB. And it is because this model has not worked.
Now man traditional name big
yes, well, this model hasn't worked.
Yeah.
The model I mean say let's focus on medium enterprises that have interest in production in manufacturing.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be big. Nipani static a crap. Now who say I'm on photo large beba But large, AB serving bigger, needs. But medium, can serve communities, villages, towns, maybe a district. They may be up to a regional level. Bigger ones can satisfy when the demand is still high. The bigger ones will take care of that and even export. That is how you grow an economy. And it's a significant amount of money. The idea is good. The potential is great. Making sure we direct it where we need to. So that, yes, in 2 or 3 years, and some about the fact we are importing with all our forex goods are able to produce in Ghana, and that is why inflation is rising. That is why exchange rate is suffering. That is why even raise revenue. Look, if you have a medium enterprise, you have access to their books.
BBT say diaper, pad.
Yes, produce
tissue.
When we could do that here in Ghana,
matches.
And look, if they tell you how much money it is in billions, not millions, billions of dollars annually. Billions of dollars annually. Tissue.
In fact, the last time I checked, not yearly, you imported tomato paste a little over 1.3 billion USD.
Ghana ha untos. What kind of a country is this?
Jenny.
Yamadia.
Yamadia. Tao. And
Yamadia so.
The TZ.
Yamadia yen win wa brochire. Oko UK US whenever ya Ghana for yan sa wi Yamadia wo. Abrofu de omo wi Yamadia.
Atik ja abrofu no wi Yamadia. Omo nim ne de. Tell Atik that I say the Nkrumahs are gathering with much faster pace, so he should be ready for the rescue mission.
Always
Atik,
ready.
Avail yourself.
Always ready.
Comrade Osei Kofi Akwa.
Akwa is not giving up. I like the spirit. He's not giving up. Even though some Nkrumah's parties, they've hounded almost everybody who is doing his best to see the growth of the tradition. Look, I've said we need to dissolve and reconfigure. That's the only thing. Oman dissolve and reconfigure Oman to my dream. Because these smaller parties, the problems in those parties, the end is MPP boom. Their problems can't match.
Anyway,
and yes, you honorable.
Mami ko honorable so Rasta senior guard here.
I think the time I mean, minimum power. Economics masters.
Why?
Dr. Antam.
Oh, okay.
Economics masters Lagos. So I know him very well. I did back and I could tell you finance. I did back MP too much noise. Too much noise.
L'argent imprépare.
I did back finance and
President Kufuor in the car.
Information is so fluid. A lot of things can change on the
in a split second.
One thing and he has done so well. Yeah. He has done. One thing you've done so well is the way I want the finance ministry. I am so quiet
and working
and working and perhaps this goes to enforce said the catch MPP for more sworn because momo ya ban mudi ni paso nipa na mudi eso no including mo MPs abeka kire mo say mo finance minister no one ne ho hi onya de munyino mo seda. And I think this one may interest you.
Yeah.
Now, no, some media, you have to say a finance minister say 2025. Tobu to never say aba.
Yeah.
And say, Tony, never say sifufro.
No, it's just a matter of rehabilitating. Well, I didn't ask Kabekum.
Set BBT said, Maybe Abubu. Did the Abubu never seen sifufro? Why is he going to RBC?
Yeah.
One thing I think say
Maswon ding you too for
no there men can say Maswon can say Kenofurata was swording.
No na pe ko
when you na cassette here ono na wentie
no na pe ko tra ho.
So I think one thing why I feel very strongly so why I think is the manner in which
he's conducted himself quiet
and Cardinal or an excellent interpersonal relationship. So parliament or parliament the way even both parties will be gravitated to him, to talk to him, to speak to him, and the way you're free, so will be our head the financer. You need the support of everybody, and I think so. What should say no? He spoke for close to 1 hour 30 minutes.
No, yeah.
no heckling, no noise. You know, you can disagree with Asema or can, but everybody felt quiet. So the all can.
Ebia parliament too omo
But like I said, the person, he's brought that kind of. In fact, Obishia majority caucus. He spent close to about an hour after the meeting.
Wow.
Everybody wants to speak to him. Obia can't nothing. Anyway, Dean, no nature picture, and he was listening.
Yes.
Some no man kitten ideas and kitten. It helps.
Yeah.
Figures your way. Figures are taking we say a be about from near the idea. Who told you say dollar was 16, that's the best, and now say inflation do 20 something is the best. But at least we yet me who say there's some trajectory be an echo, which gives comfort to everybody. It gives a lot of comfort to everybody. And today I want to commend him and any team. I wo and Abena honorable Abena Osasare any the new guy on the name as this.
Ampabing, Dr. Ampabing.
They've been able to calm a lot of nerves down. Fred, there are some significant things we are both. One was the expenditure on roads. Yeah, but now everybody is talking about roads. Me who say adjustment be to increase the budget allocation to roads. Okay. So that at least we can see some roads also construction. Or yeah, it's the rippling effect of that very very high. Bondholders. When say
talking of rules on
yes.
Pacho Kona honorable Francis Asenso Boachia. Catch and say me say I did be oye the pa but on any uncle do baby do over correcting in the view. Imagine omo do kwan ho. Nisika is saying 20,000, 30,000. Near to me transia mango voice bois could do millions. I mean what is this? Education is say a kana ohona obaye within 1 week or to be betuaye no. On shen wa me uncle who be.
Yes.
Why?
I think unse
ono de okasa uti.
Oh yeah.
Bondholders.
On duty.
And Chebia just some few,
unlike his predecessor.
Just some few,
no man can.
Oh, that me see unlike yeah of that no.
Yeah, so you offer. Now so offer so
some few months ago, Kadna. Na finance minister na why hot o. The Pia na nkofo ekuta placards.
Look how he even handled the bondholders.
There are certain things that are all I feel say you might not have noticed it. But even in this budget, was I creating another avenue? So far, was it even two bondholders with tria? A year avenue with tria.
But also guess obey to 10 coupons.
It won't say why quiet.
And the catch them was a mona mope. And I'm more baby, I'm more now.
Because money che.
But you see, I think it goes to reinforce say, we a leader. Now the Jumasha taking sir. Now my tika junior say,
Won't me you me.
Me you.
Just on this occasion, Ora Kufa and a failure.
Now why
can sir?
Why?
No,
Sentinel Oka earlier me catch it say, Ufuriata, no, ne didn't pay a finance minister. We never appointed.
President, my bless.
So I've seen that kind of who bondholders no.
There's no noise.
I said, why quiet, Kaka? Banks here close it down. Up to now, some are still agitating. So, Musika, my why arrangement 1.something billion.
In fact, in that bank, no, Mudi Betina Moka, me perceive mo position say. I then will be back catch say. Ono de or Nimdie, I timid than Daniska, Tierman Alliance and non fan conquer bank. Now I bay. Mose or so a discourse or a boca was a dear in Tinkofosika Begu. Ya tam or mine seeker. They say I'm 25 billion or thereabout. Edi Aquaku Tiasaka. Or more yes, I didn't know. Some of them have been prosecuted. But what about the rest of them?
And it's a prosecution, they won't take time.
No, you are not even standing trial.
Take it time. I get it.
Goes in the money.
On Namo.
Oh, no, mom. Anyway, good year.
These are some of the few things I made. Budget review the year normally is just giving an indication. November and final full year figures. It will be brief here. This became significant because of the DDEP and the external debts creditors. You reach an agreement. It's obviously your interest payment and
okay.
So there's some kind of rainfall.
Okay.
But the way all distributing your money, it gives hope. First quarter, you grow by 4.7%. And because of that, Amano, hope say by the end of the year your projected GDP of 2.8 will increase to 3.1. That is good for all of us. Your bomb I said that take can me the day and say election year no any spillover to say the need to be a AC no. Said the we don't come back. The gains are year starting. We don't come back after some few years. Near Sabine, I think this come here. SME as some kind 8.2 billion. The same as I think that concern now the same concern. People in my constituency will come. Anyway, we have to be careful how we distribute the money. So it goes to the real people who really need it. On media boost your more enterprises. Ama economy no a grow for all of us. It doesn't mean say where we are is the best. There are still some challenges in the system. The exchange rate 15.8 is not the best. Me to finance saying me I take me them a card share me I feel me train here.
Who show but Alex never
had a baby problem
problem be my baby.
I think we are measure duty free you na metro and I'm saying no I mean calculate and my Ghana I feel me and I'm there didn't say see what I didn't the price here more catch everything.
I'm boss I don't comment never see me.
You and I show many more so our do my if not for anything at all the exchange rate I saw try to see how best so to me my exchange rate no eba from kakra the way a normal session he will go down in history as
the savior of
he will go down in history and I want him to continue his composure on Kasabebre. He only speaks when it is relevant and it's it's very very conducive and you could see the way of bar parliament everybody gravitating to him. He's approachable. Oh, idea be now person born mania. Okoya, hey, offer me a shadow minister. Shadow. Then I so Mr. Boss. And no man says it was okay. Then he picks it. Otie, he humbles himself. And I think it's something that we should commend him for. If not for anything at all, the sanity, the calmness within the financial space. I say that's it.
Mate, mention something that's
it. Point.
Mapon.
Just 5 minutes be
5 dey unyam pacha oka 2 minutes
11 ampon
there been pacha there esa ka me pon 10:30
hey no
o de mama 2 minutes and then abazoka
oh no just to serve notice one say last week Tuesday you could make a assembly about lands. That's another issue. Look, a hard journey and we need to have proper conversations about Sadi sa asasina mika ho asem no. Look, we are going to hold a press conference in Yamiaduma next week.
We as in wine.
Who they draw? Mika we are a draw. Your bed friend Monty, you understand? Because look, me it is enough. Say, a man for bed, fufa abaya sasi.
Okay.
But it is unacceptable. So we then turn around. Yasazi abayin the other yaji then we turn around and the scam government say abayin as to a compensation because assassin ye na eji me and government too will go and pay me 46 million because it's 45.6 million Ghana cedis. It doesn't me ju nkura me ntiase say asasi abayin there wa for who kwan so akoji assassin and in less than 2 years abayin the assassin in Nigeria High Commission. What on assassin? We see about into your compensation, and you go into a negotiation. Abayin ends up paying 46 million Ghana cedis.
As I say, Abayin idea.
I can't for the life of me. I can't understand. Look, Yoko for Enya Krado. Beyond pressure, I think we need to begin taking practical steps to resolving some of these issues and stopping some of nyoma ibia ekoso. Otherwise, yen na etio enu bi enu na ye ka ho asem sikasem. We're talking about revenues. Nintia aban eburu ni say ni revenues no nso ni eso de ye no. Nti at the end of the day eso kobo bisia. Na yen kakra na yen saka no. People are spending the money in ways that you can't even think about. Nti yen nyina yen sori nkuntia especially this new trend abai. Who kai Bank of Ghana Asia as atodi esi omodan no. It was private individuals. Abai asase omo ato. And no Mutong Bank of Ghana. And when you hear the amounts of money they were quoting, me see ye Ghana be ye. Anyway, no. Yeah, that's it.
Me so me da say Atik Mohammed and Afi Honorable Rasta. Me da masi papa pasa no pay mususu munya ye ho adaje e ma ye ne mo atwetwe enkomo ai mambia kakra no menam no bia che. Honorable Collins Adumako Mensa Atik Mohammed anope ye da masi. Dr. Father Dixon Kennedy Asante Osei Asafo Kojo Asante Stephen Balfour Peter Square Isaac Opoku Pretty Joyce Damunyana se Odia Henkai Kwame Yeboa Akusi Agua Boaje Naposo Hema Joa Yeboaje living in the world Mami Biama Kwafo Ohene Nana Kwame Ammo Nana Ya Konedu living in the world Yada Mwasi Summary go hate you Summary actually my chairman General Kwame Sefa Kain go hate you Nansana me sorry no Madam Abigail Bimpoma Frimpong Oye Principal Nurse and also Chira de Okufurdia Nursing and Midwifery Training College SN Ewa Wada and Madam Abigail Amma Bimpoma Frimpong happy birthday Elder Isaac Kwame Adoboa Binya we be drinking Uncle Ahau Uncle Ahau I said Newa Wada also so happy birthday we'll be drinking all the beer hey we don't wanna know about that mama yeah we don't kanga mamiele zurara na nomba yeah we don't wanna kanga hey contra me my ele para nomba mambo de ele para yeah we don't wanna go yeah we don't wanna kanga la kanga zurara na kanga hey there is no beer that is why we be drinking all the beer for when we'll go right. And this one says from Esiedu Kokrokoo, Deputy National Communication Director of MPP, wishing Nana Ya Usu Apia Ekufu, Assistant Director, Ganot Municipal Assembly and Ofanko Zonal Council, and CEO, Delicious Shama Companies, a glorious birthday. Okay, so Nana Ya's birthday is actually tomorrow and not today. So happy birthday. Some really gonna hate you. Nana Ya Usu Apia Ekufu from a Siedu Kokrokoo to you. A friend Nana Ya Okese. Wait me a friend the cardinal. Me tell my chairman General Kwame Sefa Kain. Me the radio sum ye jamunyana. Era ma sese munya daji eti yen. Makrapa. We be drinking all